All right, all the children who want to come down here right down to the front row, if you want to come down a little for a few minutes, I have something I want to show you. Some cotton rope and scissors here. Has your mother or grandmother ever told you not to run with scissors? Don't go get me the scissors, but don't run. Bring them back. When you hand someone scissors or a knife, don't hand them the blade. Hand them the handle. Just stuff we learned. We got to pass it along. When I was your age, we could just go to the store and buy a rope like this. It was called clothesline rope. And then another kind of rope came out that had like a plastic or rubber coating on it. It's very small, a lot smaller. And if you were playing hide and seek at night, you would run into it while you were running. And your feet would go out, and you would be unconscious for a few minutes. It was all part of the joy of being a child. So I don't know if you're enjoying those things or not. We had a clothesline in the backyard. All of us did. Clothesline. Now there were some fancy people who had like a big upside down pyramid that had ropes on it and lines, and you would spin it around and hang clothes on it, because we didn't have a clothes dryer. I can tell you don't believe it. You think I'm lying. We did not have a clothes dryer that you would put clothes into and it would get warm and dry the clothes with a smell good fabric softener towel in it. We hung things up outside. I say we. Our mothers and grandmothers did. Our aunts did. Men didn't do that very much. Not men's work. I guess we missed some blessings there too. But let me tell you something. There's nothing in the world, and I don't know how, if you believe this, there's nothing in the world that smells better than crawling into the bed with sheets. Now, my orders yesterday were to change the sheets on the bed, and I did. It took all day long. The only reason I finally did is because it was time to go to bed. And the bed was naked. So I did get them up where she could wash. I have more fun when my wife is at work. When she's gone, it just seems like there's more peace around the house. And, yeah, there's a country song that says, "You ain't been much fun since I quit drinking." And it's kind of like that. It's not the same, but
move on.
I'm going to crawl into a bed where the sheets and the pillowcases and the fitted sheet has been hanging out in the sunshine all day long. It smells like grass and the sun, and it smells like spring, and you just crawl in there and just go to sleep. And now we crawl in and at the very best we can say, this smells just like Downy. Well, anyway, in honor of Easter, I'm going to do just a classic that I've probably done several times, because it's just one of those magic tricks that every magician does, and you've probably seen it many times. It's just the cut and restored rope trick, where you take a piece of rope and you cut it into two pieces and then put it back together again. I want to show you a way to do it, the very first way that I ever learned how to do it. Now, first of all, if you just keep your rope and just laying in a bag somewhere on the shelf, it's going to get fuzzy on the end. I'll tell you my afraid not joke sometimes, but this is not the time for it. I've got me some scissors right here. And what I want to do is clean up this fuzzy end right here. That's neat right there. Okay. Now, what you want to give the impression that you're doing is that you fold the rope in half and you cut it in two, and then you put it back together. Now, I'm going to put my scissors right here. Let me show you a way of doing that. Got another fuzzy end here. Trim it up a little bit. Now, let me show you a way that you can do this. You probably could go home if your dad or uncle or granddad has a tie. You could do it with this tie.
No.
Oh my goodness.
No.
Now what you do, you have to, here's some preparation that you do before you do the trick. When you're by yourself and you're in your bedroom, you're going to perform this trick. What you want to do is take about 4 or 5 inches of that rope and cut you like that. See? So they do not really know about this. This is the secret part of the trick. And I'm going to put it with the scissors. And I put the scissors right over here. So I come out, I can show my hands are empty except for the rope. And I'll say, okay, I have some scissors. I'm going to cut this rope. So what I do is I go over here to get my rope and scissors. And it looks very natural, just like this. See that? Scissors are right here. Now look, there's the little piece of rope that I cut off the end. And here's the rest of the rope. When I hold it like this, it looks the same as it did when I showed it to you the first time a while ago. So I say, here we go. And I cut it right there just like that. And I trim it up. Trim that. Trim that a little bit. Wave the magical scissors. And pull up one end like this. So it looks like, that's the way all magic is. There's really no such thing as real magic. It looks like I cut the rope in two and put it back together again. So you can do it just like that. So be careful if you use scissors. And sometimes those scissors they give you at school, you can only cut paper with them. When Jesus died for us, God brought him back to life. He restored him to life. And so that's what I think of when I think of the cut and restored rope trick. Now let me show you the way I do it now. It is a trick, but I like it better. My hands are empty. I don't have to go over and get a secret. I don't have to do any preparation. I just take the rope, and I come down here and I grab the middle of the rope with my hand, and I put it right up there. And I cut it just like that. So that I have two pieces of rope. And what I can do is I can tie them together. Here at the end. Just tie the two pieces of rope together. Like that. Now watch this. I'm going to step on one end and hold one end. You can see the knot there. And the knot pops off and all the rope is together. Look just like I cut it in two. There wasn't any magic or trickery involved when God, his Father, brought Jesus back to life. When we have someone that we love very much dies or they pass away, we believe that we'll see them again. I believe that I'll see people that I love again because Jesus beat death. He overcame the grave. He showed us that it can be done, and he's the one who can help us do it. I believe that one day, even when my body dies, I'll live again because he lives. All right? It's better than any trick I know. All right. Thank you very much. I'm so glad to see you here today. You can go back to your seats. And an extension cord will do if you can't use your dad's tires. Hey, Brother Danny, come and lead us some more.